I just bought an entire dollhouse estate, and one of the dollhouses in my new collection is this massive Victorian that is actually extremely rare and super special. This is the Russian Embassy built by Jim Marcus in 1979, and from what I've read, it is one of 10 ever built and originally cost $10,000. The waitlist for a Jim Marcus house was about a year long because he carved all of the wood detail by hand. The Russian Embassy dollhouse is a replica of a real home in San Francisco, the William Westerfield house. The real house has its own Wikipedia page, so you can read all about its history online, but it was built in 1889 and it passed through a few owners until the late 20s when a group of Russians purchased it and turned the ground floor level into a club, so it was informally known as the Russian Embassy. The MDF base that it's sitting on is not original, but everything else is, and it stands over 80 inches tall and it is extremely heavy. The details in the corbels and trim and around the windows is truly spectacular. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before and will probably be the most impressive dollhouse I'll see in my lifetime. The entire front wall of the dollhouse swings open to reveal the interior, and I imagine it must have been breathtaking when it was originally completed. It's obviously fallen into disrepair over the last few decades, but I'm sure with a lot of TLC it could be restored to its original beauty. There are technically 5 levels in this dollhouse if you include the tower and the ground floor room, but I'm really not sure what that 4th level would be used for since the ceiling height is pretty short. I love the crown molding and the door trims and the flooring and the wallpaper inside every room, but my favorite detail inside this dollhouse is definitely the hand-carved fireplace on the main level. The level of detail that Jim Marcus was able to achieve on the exterior and the interior of this house is truly unmatched. Lots of people have reached out and asked to purchase this dollhouse, but right now I'm unsure if I'm going to keep it and restore it myself or if I will go ahead and sell it to try and recoup some of the money I spent on the entire estate. Let me know in the comments if you would keep it or sell it, and if you were to keep it, what would you do with this massive dollhouse? Because I definitely think it needs to be the main focal point in a room and not just tucked away in a studio. And don't worry, it is not going to be staying in my garage. I am just not strong enough to help my husband move it upstairs to my studio. This is just one of the many vintage dollhouses I recently acquired, and I can't wait to show them to you because they're all so cool, so stay tuned for the full tour of each of my new houses in my dollhouse subdivision.